Hey, church, today we're going to talk about Luke chapter 20. Specifically, I wanted to look at verses 19 through 26. This is a really kind of a famous passage. It's one hopefully you've read before, but it's got a really important thing for us to be reminded of. Jesus is being challenged on should Israelites pay taxes to Caesar? Or is that a way of offering a sacrifice to a false god? You know, the way the Romans thought about Caesar. And Jesus says, in verse 24, he says, "Show me a denarius, show me the coin." And he says, "Whose likeness and inscription does it have?" And they say, "Caesar's." And he said to them, "Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." And so we talk about this when we talk about should Christians pay taxes or obey the government, and that's good. But whenever I read that, I'm reminded of Genesis chapter 1, when God creates the heavens and the earth, and he creates man in his image. So, we have this really stark contrast of two concrete images. One of them is a coin, and it's got a certain value, and it's got Caesar's likeness, and Caesar's inscription, his name is written across it. So that belongs to Caesar. But then the obvious question is, if something is owed to God, what is it? It's the thing made in his image. It's the thing with his name written across its heart, and that's you and I. If we are made in his image, if we have his name written in our hearts, then we ought to give ourselves to him. There's no doubt to whom we belong and whose allegiance we follow. It is God through and through, because we are his image. We are in his likeness. So I'm reminded of that. I'm comforted by that every time I read that passage. And when I say whose likeness and whose inscription is on me, I'm thrilled to be able to say it's Jesus Christ. So keep that in mind as you go today.